meet your husband?
So we met randomly in Rome, which is one of my favorite cities, and it's such a romantic story. So I went down for breakfast. Now, meanwhile, this is during a tournament. I never eat breakfast during a tournament because I'm always nervous. I have all these nerves, and I always stay in my room, and I'm always like watching film and studying. But this time I'm like, I don't care. I just need to.
If you were a tennis player, who would you want to be like?
Well, I like other people to be like me.
Serena Williams. For decades, her name has stood as the very definition of greatness. She is the woman who dominated tennis courts across the globe, rewriting the record books and inspiring generations with her relentless spirit. But Serena's legacy has never been limited to sport. She was also celebrated for something much more personal, a love story that seemed like a fairy tale, a marriage to Alexis Ohanian that was framed as the modern example of true partnership. Together, they were painted as flawless, the queen of tennis and the king of tech, raising their daughter Olympia in a world that looked nothing short of perfect. But now, shocking revelations suggest that the perfect marriage was not what it seemed. According to explosive leaks, the truth behind Serena and Alexis's union has come crashing into the public eye, and the picture is far darker, far more complicated than anyone could have imagined.
I love you so much, and you had since the last time I saw you, you got married, and you have a beautiful new baby.
Oh,
that's fantastic.
I love her.
The whispers began quietly, almost too faint to notice. Anonymous posts on gossip forums, cryptic lines in blind item blogs, subtle clues that most dismissed as nothing more than baseless speculation. After all, Serena and Alexis had built an image that seemed bulletproof. They met by chance in Rome in 2015, a story too charming to sound real. He was in town for—
She's very romantic, but she's standing in front of me, and I can tell she's really unsettled by it, really uncomfortable. And I held her, and I said, "It's cool, we're gonna keep going." But in that moment, I was like, "Okay, there's something here. There's a connection." And in that moment, thanks to that poor rabbit, I found love in spite of everything else.
Congratulations.
A tech conference. She was preparing for a tournament. They shared breakfast at the same hotel, sparks flew, and within a year, they were engaged. By late 2017, they were married in a dazzling New Orleans ceremony attended by Hollywood's elite. It was a story that fit neatly into the narrative fans wanted to believe. Destiny, glamour, and everlasting love. But as we now know, not everything that glitters is gold. So what exactly leaked? Reports suggest that the cracks in their marriage were visible behind closed doors long before the public caught a glimpse. Anonymous insiders claim that while Serena and Alexis presented unity to the cameras, they were clashing in private over lifestyle differences, business commitments, and even how much of their personal lives should be on display. Serena, who spent her career under relentless scrutiny, valued privacy and control. Alexis, on the other hand, was known for being outspoken online, unafraid to make bold statements that occasionally stirred controversy. Their contrasting approaches to the public spotlight reportedly led to heated disagreements that were carefully hidden behind curated Instagram posts and polished media appearances. And then there was the issue of balance. For Serena, stepping away from tennis was more than retirement. It was the end of an era, the closing of a chapter that had defined her life since childhood. She wanted to reinvent herself, to explore new ventures in business, fashion, and philanthropy, while also embracing motherhood. But Alexis's demanding career in tech often kept him tied to the grind of Silicon Valley. Sources close to the couple suggest that Serena often felt the burden of running the household and raising Olympia fell more heavily on her shoulders than their public image suggested. What fans saw as a perfect partnership may have, in reality, been tilted toward imbalance and frustration. Still, the couple worked hard to maintain appearances. Every carefully crafted post on social media told a story of happiness and love. Family trips, romantic getaways, Olympia's milestones, all presented with a golden glow. It was a narrative that fans embraced eagerly, especially in an era when celebrity marriages seemed to crumble with alarming regularity. Serena and Alexis were supposed to be the exception. They were the couple that proved it was possible to have both love and success at the highest levels. But according to the leaks, much of that perfection was a performance. What makes this revelation even more explosive is the timing. Why are these leaks emerging now, years after their wedding, when Serena has already stepped back from the sport that made her a global icon? Some speculate it's the result of insiders finally choosing to speak, emboldened by distance from the couple's inner circle. Others suspect a more calculated motive, with critics pointing to the power of scandal in today's media landscape. Whatever the cause, the result is the same. One of the world's most admired marriages is suddenly under a cloud of doubt. The fallout has been swift. Fans across social media have been left stunned, their faith in Serena's perfect love story shaken. On Twitter, once filled with admiration for Serena and Alexis's bond, the tone has shifted. Comments now range from shock and heartbreak to outright speculation about what really went wrong. Some fans are combing through old interviews and posts, searching for clues they might have missed. Did a moment of tension in a red carpet photo mean more than it seemed? Was a carefully worded statement about family life a hint at deeper issues? In the court of public opinion, every detail is now under review. The media has seized the story as well. Tabloids and entertainment outlets are dissecting the leaks, while sports journalists weigh in on how the revelations might affect Serena's legacy. After all, Serena has never been just an athlete. She has been a cultural figure,
Of you and your lovely
a
wife,
symbol
Serena
of empowerment.
Williams. Right there you are.
For years, her marriage was held up as proof that even
How?
under the harshest spotlight,
How, Alexis? 'Cause
true
I knew
love
you
could
before you were
thrive.
married to this lovely
Now,
woman. How
that
does a
image has cracked,
self-described,
and the question is
unequivocal
whether her personal
end
struggles
up
will
with one of the
overshadow
greatest
her professional
athletes in
triumphs.
recorded history?
But
How
perhaps
does that
the
come
most
about? It's
striking
not a
part of this
natural
entire
match.
saga
You know,
is how it reframes
Is
the
this the
public's
sort of thing I wouldn't-
understanding
I
of Serena
could have won a
herself.
lot of money if I bet
Throughout
on
her
this. The
career,
odds would
she
have
has
been
been
pretty
known
good.
as a fighter, someone who battled not only opponents on the court, but also the racism, sexism, and relentless pressure
His marriage is being dissected by the world.
Last thing I want to do. Things just happen to just fall like that. I necessarily go out and see,
that came with being a black
what's popular and let me do that. I just like to go with the flow. I don't want to overthink it. And I think the more natural you are,
woman dominating a historically exclusive sport. She has always carried herself with strength, but these leaks remind us that even icons can be vulnerable.
and the more it's just real, for lack of a better word right now, the more real it is, I think it's just more relatable. And people
Sometimes, still, there are those
Very romantic, but she's standing in front of me, and I can tell she's really unsettled by it, really uncomfortable. And I held her, and I said, "It's cool, we're gonna keep going." But in that moment, I was like,